Hi, everyone. This is Janice Jimenez, your real estate gal again, and it's a Wednesday at noon. And as promised, I'm going to be here for you for our on-point conversations, and it's our open house for anybody who would want to have any questions. This is on your live feed. This is live on your Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on the South Bay FACC SLAA's Facebook site. So if there's any questions that comes up, I am here to freely answer for you. If not, I can help you find the answer or point you to the right direction because I am here for you. I'm here to serve. Again, this is Janice Jimenez, your real estate gal or your South Base go-to girl. How are you doing this beautiful Wednesday afternoon? I am currently in Las Vegas. As you can tell, I'm jumped from one city to another, and it's always nice to hear from you and see you. And if you can just wave and say hello if you're there, I'll be happy to do a shout out for you. But a few things going on in the next few weeks. It is a month of the Philippine Independence Day. All should know that. There's a few events coming. Please check out your local PhilAm's committee servicers who can tell you what available events are in your area. In my area, we will have a Philippine Independence Day celebration, and it's going to be held this Saturday, and that's June 10th. We will be in Veterans Park in Carson, California. And it will be a whole day event. We start at 7 a.m. with a parade and a whole lot of activities you would enjoy. And guess what? Pops Fernandez will be there to entertain us along with the other great artists, local artists that will make sure that you have a great time in the event. There will be booths, there will be exhibits, there will be Filipino items and to shop, and of course, what's not going to be missing will be the Filipino food. In the past years that we've had there, I've always enjoyed eating from the local Filipino restaurants, plus some local delicacies, turo-turos, those barbecues. Oh my goodness, desserts galore, even balut to those of you who likes balut. There would be a lot of that there. And of course, I'm not going to be shy about asking for your support to come see us at our booth for the FICC Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, South Bay, Los Angeles area. We will have a few booths there. So if you want to come join us, have fun. We will also invite you to become a member of our chamber. Plus, you can bring your products and services and display in our booth if you are a member. So please come join us. Message me, message any of the board of directors if you know any of them. Or you can always, of course, message me on this chat where you are hearing this from if you want to join in or have more information on those events. So that's what we have going on this weekend. As for me, um, I just came back from Houston, Texas, where we had our COFAC, Coalition of the Philippine American Chambers of Commerce, Power Up Convention. It was well attended. We have had a full attendance. We had 3 days of just so much information, and we had powerful speakers who were so inspirational, as well as the trainings from the acclaimed trainers for chambers all over the United States. And I want to say hello to all the chambers who were present, who were represented their cities and their states. Oh my goodness, from west to the east. And of course, the first night we celebrated East meets West with our cowboy themed networking. So it was fun. We had a great time meeting other people who arrived early. And we heard from our presidents who shared their thoughts on some pertinent questions regarding running a chamber or just taking your chamber to the next levels or what their plans are for their specific chambers. And again, it was quite an interesting and fun event. I would like to do a special mention to Miss Femi, who did a really great, entertaining ting ting tang dance for us there, and never a dull moment with Miss Femi. Hey Femi, I hope you're listening. I hope you're watching. Hats off to you. I love you much, and I've had a great time, with you at the COFAC Power Up Convention again in West Chase Marriott in Houston, Texas. So 3 days of that. Second day was a lot of information, and we also had exhibitors that came from all over, and they had showcased products such as Filipiniana costumes to the pastillas, those candies that are Filipino, very Filipino, and they were really good. There's even the ube liquor, the award-winning ube liqueur wine tasting. They weren't able to sell us products right then and there, but they would be available to us in stores very, very soon, because I believe they are here trying to get contracts from the retail stores so that they can put on the ube liqueur on the shelves. Oh my God, it was so good. I couldn't have just one tasting. I had to have a few. And of course, with the help of my very resourceful FACCSLAA board of directors and friends that were there, namely Catherine Irene Bercasio, our marketing corresponding secretary, and she also have won the Member of the Year award for bringing us all kinds of beautiful graphic designs all throughout, not just for our chamber, but also for the benefit of the entire COFAC. Everywhere you look, it's a Catherine, it's Kay Burke's work that's there. So great job, Irene. Love you much. Angel Quincy was the star of the show as well too. She was able to help the setup, to take down, to making sure the event was flawless, and of course, she was very, very actively in taking notes and making sure that we take it back to our chamber so we can move our chamber forward. See, our goal would be we want to be the number one chamber for the next year. Getting an award is a great recognition, and it gives us a lot of confidence. And yes, we did win an award, yay, for the most number of delegates in the convention. So we brought back some awards, you guys. So feel proud, pat yourself in the back. You've got a great board of directors who are representing you in every way possible, and they're just awesome. Of course, we have Rose Pascual. She was also really instrumental in making sure that we had a lot of time preparing for this event. We had our memberships form filled out, and again, she comes back in with a lot of ideas to help support our membership and plans to bring all members back, as well as plans to increase our membership. So stay tuned for that. Again, I'm so excited to have all these planned out. Miss Abby, oh my goodness, thank you so much for joining us. You brought a lot of laughter and a lot of support for our team, and it was so nice to have bonded with you. You're one of the newer board members, and so I'm so glad that we had spent that time together and get to know each other a little bit better. Who am I missing? Oh my goodness! Of course, we have the honorary Paul Mirador, who have always been there with us, driving us around in our shenanigans after the event. Um, and we have oh my goodness, how am I forgetting? In any case, it was fun. So next year, please plan on joining us for the COFAG Power Up Convention. It's great experience and meet new people. And some of us already have networked and bring some businesses back to ours as well. Not only just for the chamber, but your business as well. So one of the takeaways that anybody could get is that joining a chamber not only enriches your own business, but your community as well. Our COFAC organization has this Me Mom movement, which is MIHMUM. It's called Me Mom, and I think I have a banner there someplace for that. Let me see here. And that means make it happen, make it There you go. Make it happen, make us matter. What that means is that we as a whole, as a film community, we've always been the subservient, we've always been conforming. We are nice, we are always ready to help, we're very hospitable, but also on the flip side of that, that becomes also our weakness because we become the silent minority. We don't want to complain. We don't want to ruffle feathers. In a sense, that's good and okay, but on the issues that could very well affect us and our way of living and how our progress, we need to have a voice. We need to make sure that we are seen and heard and we matter because we do. We are 4.8 million strong in the United States as a Film community, Filipino American community, and as I mentioned on my presentation, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was one of the presenters, and I presented breaking through minority mentality, breaking through minority mentality, so that we can have a major collective change. So they were able to hear from me to speak about the minority that we have as Filipino, that is hindering us from progressing from where we are not now to where we were. So bringing you back to the me mom movement, which means make it happen, make us matter, be assertive. Let's make some waves so that we can create enough ripples in the society that could mean a change for the better for all of us as a whole. So I spoke on that. And I want to also give a sincere gratitude to the organizing committee of the Coalition of Philippine American Chambers of Commerce's Power Up Convention. I was also awarded, yay, thank you so much, as a MIMA Member of the Year, which means that they have seen in the last year and the last few months before the event that these nominees have done. Some movement in order for us to be seen and heard collectively as a film community and a Filipino American citizen that matters in the society. So thank you very much for that recognition. Um, and let's see, what else am I missing? Um, oh, yes, we did go to NASA on our final day. That was an excursion for the attendees who wanted to join us to go to NASA. So, as you all know, NASA is in Texas. So we all went on a bus, and we went to the aerospace museum, and that was also quite a very unforgettable event for us. We were able to learn about the of course what they were doing, the experiments, and um, the new projects that they have there, as well as the previous studies and current studies that they have going on there in NASA. So it's quite exciting how far human technology and the scientific findings have gone from then to now. We are besides the Hubble telescope, they have now invented a much more powerful telescope that can go beyond what the Hubble was able to see in the past, and that is amazing. And we can see past through many universes now, and it's just a humbling experience to know that we are part of this massively gigantic galaxy, and we're only a little speck in the dust. So it makes us, think about our humanity and our existence as a whole, and questions, that it really is to me. They're always think about how grateful we are that we are here and we are who we are right now, and the power of our Almighty Creator. If we are the only life forms beings in the universe, I just thought how massive that love is from our Creator to us, because um, out of all that massive space, our Earth is still the most beautiful and the most amazing planet. Um, again, I can't, I can put it into words. You can say I don't even know how to explain it, but I know in my heart that I'm thankful that we live on this earth and we are who we are, and we are beings that God had uh, made out of his own image. And so, again, that's my takeaways from just that one NASA trip. Takeaways from the convention, of course, is that um, if you were working as one, you can go far, but if you want to go farther, you go together, would go together with a group of people that have the same mission and vision and values as you do, and you can go much farther. Again, as a whole, we should be all in one goal, one mission, so that we can be heard. Did speak about some mentalities that impact that, and that we need to change, or we need to at least be mindful of. If we can't remove it from our system, just be mindful, because um, some mentalities that not to our fault have been passed down to us by generations and society, and it has become a norm which shouldn't be, such as the crab mentality. This crab mentality is very toxic to us, because it, well, again, it doesn't need explanation, but if you were just to think about just when somebody becomes successful or achieves something, we should be happy for that achievement, for that recognition, for that perhaps a material gains, for that whatever it is that somebody had acquired, whether through their efforts or their work, or winning something, or achieving something for their studies, instead of trying to pull people down. An example that I gave was that if you have a bucket full of crabs, the fisherman who had caught that bucket can leave that bucket completely unattended, and none of those crabs can go out of the bucket, because you know what? They will never allow one to escape. They pull each other down, and as I've said, they could essentially fight each other, they could hurt each other, they could kill each other, they can defecate on each other, and then it's just quite toxic. And at the end of the day, they can all end up with nothing, and they can all end up dead. So that is, again, not a very productive, not a very um, uh, success driven environment, and we have to not be having that in our system anymore. And the other mentality that I spoke of was the bamboo ceiling. I don't know if you guys have heard about that before. The bamboo ceiling is one of which Asian Americans, not only Phil Americans, but Asians in general, or the minority society, have this in their mind, that just because they are Asians, they don't think that they are capable, or they have a space in the leadership positions. So, despite the fact that we, especially Filipinos, have one of the highest attainment in education, and we have the lowest homelessness status, and we also have one of the highest median income earners of the United States, we still don't find enough people of our color and race up in the political leadership arena. And why is that? And that's what we call that the bamboo ceiling. It's simply just the way it is, and it simply isn't. It's not supposed to be that way. And we should all, again, lift each other up, encourage each other, and give power to the people who have in their hearts want to support and want to attain such position in the leadership position, whether it's spiritual, whether it's political, which or social leadership positions, because we do matter when we are capable and we are enough. We don't need to be, another color. We don't need to speak another language. We are enough. And we do have all the characteristics that is needed as a leader to be effective in any position that we want to take. So that's one of those as the mentalities that I spoke about. The other mentality is Filipino time, or what they call the Filipino Standard Time, which is, anywhere from half an hour to 3 hours late to an event. And of course, that is not conducive to anything at all, not even to your own personal motivations and your personal goals. But of course, it also harms if you are part of a family or a group or an organization. Embracing the Filipino time is going to be harmful to all. Um, we are known for that, unfortunately, and we should change that because it's really an irresponsible use of time and disrespectful of others people's time. Time is a valuable asset. We can't take any of those back, not even a second back. So we should embrace that time is very valuable to yourself and to others. This is the reason why um, a lot of the other, so not society, but a lot of the other races are disliking us, or we have, why do we have to adjust our time so that we come in, basically on the time that is that the start time of the event is supposed to be. We had every time we plan an event, it's like, oh, Filipinos come in an hour late, so we have to uh, adjust our start time an hour early. But see, the other people that don't practice Filipino Standard Time would arrive on time. Therefore, we just wasted their hour, whatever time that they came in, because for some people, especially to the ones that are very disciplined, coming on time is already late. Therefore, you come in before the time of the allotted event. So, if we can just respect each other's time, so we can also end on time, because we all also have something after an event or after our plans. We have family to go back home to. We have some goals and things that we need to be going back to. Some of us have to work after that. So if we can just respect each other's time, everything will fall back into place and everything will be done in a timely manner and get finished in a timely manner. So that makes everybody happy. Correct? So I hope you guys are with me, and you can agree on that with me. And I think the last mentality I want to talk to you about here today, just for today, would be the learned helplessness. And this is something a little bit very, um, shall I say, personal to all of us. It is not our fault to have the learned helplessness. In fact, it probably was passed on by our maybe family or friends, which means that we just are very complacent when we're content of what we have, and we learned that the bad things happening, or the external negative manifestations that happen to us is just okay, and we're going to just be complacent and accept that fact that it's happening to you. If I may be more specific, are those people who are, say, for example, um, caregivers, or who are working abroad as domestic helpers. And I have, this is not at all intent. I have no intention to degrade or say anything negatively about them. In fact, I find them as heroes. But what normally happens is that our learned helplessness mentality makes us vulnerable for people to walk all over us and just think that they can command us, or they can make us do what it is that they want us to do without us questioning it, without us um, maybe internalizing it and making sure that it is fair. So what's been going on is that we get abused, we get used, and it happens over and over and over again, unfortunately, because we do have that learned helplessness and we don't want to speak up, we don't want to hurt other people. In fact, it is a common reaction to a Filipino to just um, uh, internalize it and not even speak up about things of this nature because it's too personal, it's too hurtful, it's too, whatever the reason is that we're internalizing. And we need to kind of do something so that we can change that. We are not helpless. We were not put in this world to be helpless. We are put in this world to be of help to others and to help ourselves first. So please do not think that everything that's happening to you is is this kaya sera or bahala na si Batman, or this beliefs that we should be just content. If you think that it is wrong, well then I think you should think about it, and come out of that situation and learn something from that, and teach your future generation, your children, that they are not helpless. They are powerful. Empower them with your words, with your actions, and what they see in you. Break through these mentalities, and you should become more and more successful, and perhaps change the trajectory of your destiny. The reason why some people remain where they at is that they don't have the assertiveness to make a change, and that starts from you, that starts from your brain, that starts from your beliefs. And you have to make sure that those beliefs changes before anything external changes. Sometimes, and it's a very popular adage we hear, is that it's hard to face the problem when the problem is you. And fear not, because the solution also starts from you. So it's not an impossibility that nothing's going to change, that the problem is not going to get solved, that a perceived challenge is not going to be overcome. So um, I think that is all we have for this afternoon. Oh, I have one more, and it's called the scarcity mentality. This mentality is something that came through from, possibly more than likely, is from the moment that we all started on Earth. Is our history. We are programmed to make sure that we are able to feed our family, we are able to defend for ourselves, we are able to save for the rainy day. So that's where the scarcity mentality comes from. Some people even hoard, and that's not even limited to just Filipinos. That's, I think it's across the board. Some, we have this scarcity mentality, that we have a fear that any resource is finite, which means that if you take something from that resource, it's less and less for you. So it's the exact opposite of the abundance mentality. Believe it or not, abundance mentality is very, very powerful, because whatever you give out to the world, whatever you share to the world, comes back to you in sevenfolds or even more, because it is just how the universe works. We all are part of a big ball of energy, that whatever you put out, you get back. And I guess it took me a long time to understand how that works. But the more you give, indeed, the more you receive. So some of us who have not broken through the scarcity mentality still have that in their mind, that, well, I need to fend for myself first, therefore you keep so much for yourself, even if it's an intellectual property, if it's even if it's a material property or financial property. We all still believe that if we don't share, if we share, if we give it away, it's a lot less for us and for our family. But you know what? This is probably going to need a little bit more of a coaching or mentoring to be able to fully explain and to fully understand, because every single person has a different level of scarcity mentality. It also takes a long time to reprogram ourselves to not think of it that way. But if you break through that mentality, I assure you that everything changes around you. Everything would seem to be abundant. It seems to be a flow. It seems to be, um, it would be, what's the word? See, now I can't think of the word, but it seems like you're not exerting an effort, that the abundance has come to you. So I have given you five of the mentalities that I'm hoping that serve something for you, and you've picked something out from that. That would be great. Um, I will see you on Wednesday again, same time, same place at 12 o'clock noon on Wednesdays on Point Conversations. I may have a guest by then. I just have to make sure that we connect again and make sure that our topics are on point. But we will share with you who that guest is next week as soon as we confirm. But this is it for this afternoon. It's 12:36. I don't see anybody leaving a comment or a question at this point in time. So I will leave you again with the wish that you all live life regal and a wonderful rest of the week for you guys. Be blessed, stay blessed, and stay safe. Bye.